Magandang gabi sa inyo lahat. Good evening, good evening, good evening. How is everyone? Hello, Seraphim. Hello, Omen God, Shion Kageru, and thank you for following General Rexus. How is everyone? Hello, I'm Harhaze. Thank you, Lurkwell. Hello, General Custard. Hi, hi, hi. Good evening, mga makabibi. Sa gabing ito, pipilitin ko na mas maraming wikang pambansa ang gagamitin natin dahil ang mga istorya na aking ihahatid sa inyo ay nasa wikang Filipino. Hi, General Rexus. Okay, so that I can express myself, I will just preface this by saying that today is... Okay, there are noises outside. Today we celebrate, well, not celebrate, but commemorate the 50th anniversary of the Declaration of Martial Law in the Philippines. And before we begin... Hello, OP! Hi! You're just in time. So as I was saying, this stream is to commemorate the 50th year of the Declaration of Martial Law here in the Philippines. So for those of you who are not very familiar with Philippine history, we have been through at least 2 martial laws, but the first one, the one that affected us the most, happened before I was born, like, in my IRL lore, not my BB lore. And I am going to explain a little bit of it for those who don't know much about it. So first, let's discuss what is martial law. We keep on talking about it. We see it online. Duterte also declared it in the southern part of the Philippines a few years ago. Hello, Ivan. So martial law basically just refers to the replacement of civil rule by military rule. This may be characterized by curfews, the dispensation of military tribunal rulings on civilians, and the suspension of the privilege of writ of habeas corpus. You might be asking me, Bibi, what is this habeas corpus? Why are you speaking in Latin? Okay, I will explain. The writ of habeas corpus, which is yes in Latin, refers to having the body. It literally just says, bring me the body. Now, what does it do? It protects citizens' rights. So basically, it protects you and me against unlawful imprisonment. This is suspended in times of crisis to expedite justice, so they can just arrest people and no writ of habeas corpus, so they don't have to follow the laws. Yes, human rights, Netzer. That is one of the basic things that get violated a lot during martial law, especially if the people who are holding power don't really care for it much. Hi, hello, Nicolette Lovegood. Welcome to the stream. Yes, exactly. That is correct, General Rexis, and thank you for following Chilimansi. Now, in the Philippine Constitution, the President may exercise his role as Commander-in-Chief of all Philippine Armed Forces and act accordingly to protect the safety of the Filipino people. So martial law exists as a protection, a safeguard. It's an option so that when there are cases like, for example, there is a threat from outside forces, they can do this. To declare martial law is thus a legal course of action the chief executive may take. Such a power is granted unto the president for cases where it becomes truly necessary. So he can't just declare it without any reason. Now, when the people's lives are being threatened and these powers are facilitating the process of securing their safety, yes, it is justified. However, given the immense power that martial law can give the president, the Constitution ensures the implementation of appropriate checks and balances, and power is normally spread across various institutions so that functions can be discharged efficiently and authority is not concentrated in a single entity, because absolute power corrupts absolutely. So in the wrong hands, the declaration of martial law and the suspension of the writ of habeas corpus open up the very, very real possibility of abuse of civil rights. The balance of power is thus only disrupted under the gravest of circumstances, only as a last resort. Now, let's talk about the declaration of martial law in the Philippines. Now, we're celebrating it today, but in actuality, martial law was declared to the public on the night of the 23rd of September, although the papers were signed on the 21st. So, on the night of September 23, 1972, Ferdinand Marcos spoke to the nation by television and by radio to make it known that he had declared martial law in the Philippines. Specifically, Marcos cited a sizable communist force that had obtained weapons from China that sought to overthrow the government and violate the peaceful lives of ordinary Filipinos like you and me. Marcos even compared the current state of the nation to a war, one which he intended to put a stop to. Thank you for the hydrate, right? In response, Marcos declared that he would place the Philippines under a state of martial law, as according to the president's powers described in the 1935 Philippine Constitution. Now, you would notice that the number or the year is not familiar with you because this is not the Constitution that we're following right now. Now, such powers included command over the AFP to maintain law and order, as well as exclusive decision-making powers for whether or not a person would remain detained for any crime. And when I say any crime, I mean any, and, they can invent it. Furthermore, Marcos promised that he would use the special powers he was given in martial law to lead reforms that would lead the Philippines to prosperity and peace. So these were the promises. Those who did not oppose his vision would live to see it come to fruition, and on the other hand, those who dared to offend his rule would suffer just as any rebel would. Though the announcement was again made on September 23rd, the actual document had been signed September 21, 1972, due to a special superstition Marcos had about numbers. And he's kind of weird about numbers. He likes 7 for some reason. So he likes any number that is divisible by 7, he thinks that it is lucky number of some sort. Now, how did he get to actually declare it? When Marcos declared martial law in the Philippines, specific events that he cited to justify his decision were the communist insurgency and the ambush of his Minister of Defense. You know this guy, Juan Ponce Enrile, the immortal, outside the Wakwak subdivision. I used to work somewhere here in Wakwak subdivision. I used to teach kids in their private homes. This is a place where it's just very, very rich people. For those of you who are not from the Philippines or not familiar with this place. So he was in a very, very posh part of the Philippines. Both reasons, of course, fall within the scope of the imminent threat that necessitates the declaration of martial law. However, independent reports suggest that at the time, there were only about 1,000 NPA guerrillas whose arms were old-fashioned. In the NPA's own history, only 350 men with first-line rifles were documented at the time of martial law, so they were not that big of a threat. Other analysis suggests that it was in fact the declaration of martial law in 1972 which caused membership in these radicalized groups to swell, because as you know, the more you oppress people, the more they are likely to take radical stances. Reports on the increase following of the radical movement emphasize the role of idealistic youth fed up with the abuses committed during the regime. Towards the end of martial law, recorded numbers had grown from about 1,500 in 1976 to 35,000 in 1985. So instead of quelling the numbers of NPAs, they just caused it to balloon because people are fed up. Okay, forgive me, that's my phone. On the other hand, the story of Juan Ponce Enrile, it's been called into question by none other than the man himself who was supposedly ambushed. So, in an interview after Marcos was ousted from power, Enrile admitted that the entire affair had been a hoax to steal power. So definitely they faked it. The original story claimed that Enrile had only escaped certain death because he had happened to be riding his bodyguard's car instead of his usual vehicle. In reality, hello, Marcel. Thank you for the raid. Hi. Hello, raiders. Let me just continue this and then I will introduce myself. Okay, so the original story claimed that Enrile only escaped certain death because he was riding in his bodyguard's car instead of his usual vehicle. In reality, given Enrile's admission at the end of Marcos's rule, it is more likely that the bullets riddling his car had been staged. Enrile had known about the plan the entire time. As Marcos's former media man Primitivo Mijares, who has a book, by the way, we might read it in the future, the night of the incident, Marcos told Enrile over the phone, "Make it look good. Kailangan siguro ay may masaktan o kung mayroong mapatay, mas mabuti. O hala, sige Johnny. And be sure the story catches the big news or news watch and call me as soon as it's over." So that's what he said. And yes, with that, hello, people from our friend Marcel's raid. I'm the hottie with the horns, your internet mom without a firstborn. I am your moon eating, fortune telling, and now book reading dragon from the West Philippine Sea. My name is Bibi, but everyone just calls me Mommy. At ngayong gabing ito, tayo ay magbabasa ng mga kwentong pambata na hindi lamang para sa mga bata, para rin sa mga matatandang nakakalimot ng kasaysayan. Hello. So, is everyone ready? Now, I will be reading 5 books. Um, I've been debating on the order of the books because at least two of these books, I'm not sure if I can read through it without crying. So I might start with those that are lighthearted. Well, not really lighthearted, but like it's less emotionally distressing for me to read. Okay? But before that, let me just check for our dear followers so that I can give them the proper recognition that they deserve. So, Masel, what were you doing in your stream? Thank you to Tofat Layton and Hamza Diana for following. Hello, OP! Hold on. Advice in being yourself. I don't think I would know how to advise you on how to be yourself. You're the only one person who know that. But as long as you were sure that you are genuine the way you talk to other people, express yourself about your personality, your background, it doesn't really matter what other people think. As long as you know that you're not stepping on anyone's toes and you're coming from a place of love, I think that's all you need to do. Yes, I am also going to. Actually, I sandwiched the the difficult to read ones with lighter ones, and then at the end another very very nice one. So I will start with Ito ang Diktadura, follow it up with The Magic Arrow. After that, I will be reading si Junjun noong bago ideklara ang batas ng militar. Let's just say that I cried like a little bitch over this. Isang harding papel. This also got me really choked up. And then I will end it with EDSA by Russell Molina just to cope. I need a lot of copium to get through this. So, are you ready? Is everyone ready? Alright. I will now go to my reading screen. Okay, so I will be reading this in Filipino. For those of you who cannot understand Filipino, there are some books here that I don't think has translations. I will be translating them to you later on. If you want to, if you're interested, just message me. I am willing to translate the whole book. I just really want to share the contents of this book because they depict, although these are not exact real life stories, they are based on real events. All right? But before we start, I would like to acknowledge Pasigenyo channel on YouTube for our background music. This is Bayan Ko, written by Constancio de Guzman and Jose Corazon de Jesus. The lyrics are based on a poem originally by Jose Alejandrino, which was written in Spanish. Now I will lower the volume. Okay. Ito ang diktadura. Ideya at titik ni Equipo Plantel at guhit ni Mikel Casal. Bibigyan ko kayo ng munting panahon upang tignan ang mga larawan. Ito ay larawan ng mga diktador sa iba't ibang bahagi ng mundo. So I will give you all time to just appreciate the art. These are caricatures of many different dictators from all over the world, from different time periods. You might recognize some of them. You can see Joseph Stalin, Benito Mussolini, Adolf Hitler. Okay, more of the familiar ones: Kim Jong Il, Saddam Hussein, and um, Ferdinand Marcos. But yes, there's a lot of them here. Aklat ng Salin. Ang Aklat ng Salin ay binubuo ng mga piling aklat pambata mula sa ibang bayan na nagsasalaysay ng mga karanasang lalo pang makapagpapayaman sa balon ng sensibilidad at kaalaman ng mga batang Pilipino. Layunin din itong mapalawak ang karanasang pangkultura ng mga mambabasa sa pamamagitan ng pagtiyak na maiuugnay ng mga bata, pati na ng mga matatanda kagaya natin, ang kanilang sarili sa akdang pinabasa. Masinop ding isinalin ang bawat aklat sa seryeng ito upang maipamalas ang yaman at husay ng wikang Filipino sa pagsasalaysay ng mga dayuhang kwento. Ito ang Diktadura, koleksyon ng libros para manyana o mga aklat para sa kinabukasan. Ito ang ikalawang aklat sa series na ito. Ito ay inilimbag ng Adarna House. Okay. So, bago natin basahin ito ang Diktadura, may mga kaunting babasahin tayo dito. Ang aklat na ito ay bahagi ng 4 na aklat na seryeng nilikha para sa mga batang mambabasa na inilimbag noong 1977 at 1978 ng Lagaya Ciencia mula sa Barcelona. Noong mga panahong yon, 2 taon matapos pumanaw ang diktador na si Francisco Franco, so alam natin na hindi isinulat ito para sa atin sa Pilipinas, ngunit ang mga tema ay universal. So may lalim ang Spanya sa yugtong transisyon na nagbigay daan sa kauna-unahan nitong mga pagbabagong demokratiko. Hindi ko nababasahin ang kabuuan nito. Tayo na at basahin ang istorya. Ang storyang ito ay inialay para kina Coro at Telmo Lagit-Lagi. Ito ang Diktadura. Parang pagdidikta ang diktadura. Sinasabi ng isang tao kung ano ang dapat gawin at sinusunod naman ito ng iba. Para lamang sa kapakanan ng pagsunod. Kailangan kong sumunod. Ang taong nagdidikta ang siyang namumuno. Siya ang Panginoon ng lahat dahil hawak niya ang lahat. Sinusuportahan ng iilan at nilalabanan ng karamihan. Araw-araw maagang gumigising ang diktator na mainit ang ulo. Sisimulan niyang pagalitan ang unang taong makakasalubong niya. Sinusunod siya ng lahat dahil takot sila sa kanya. At iyong mga hindi sumusunod o natatakot ay pinarurusahan. Habang nag-aalmusal, iniuulat ng tagapaglingkod na punong ministro ang lahat ng nangyayari sa bansa. Ang totoo, iilang pangyayari lamang iyong mga makapagpapasaya sa diktador. Ginugugol niya ang kanyang araw sa pagdidikta. Nagdidikta siya ng mga batas, nagdidikta siya ng mga parangal, at nagdidikta rin siya ng mga parusa. Hilig niyang pasinayaan ang mga bagay, bahay, kanal at tulay dahil mahilig ang diktador sa malaking bagay, mga napakalaki, ang pinakamalaki sa lahat. Hindi ka maaaring mag-isip para sa iyong sarili. Sa ilalim ng diktadura, Maaari mo lamang isipin kung ano ang pinahihintulutang isipin ng diktador.
Iyong mga hindi sang-ayon ay itinuturing na mali at itinatrato ng masama. At iyong bukod sa hindi sang-ayon ay nagsasalita pa ay nabubuhay ng mas malala.
Minsan ay kailangan pa nilang lumayo para sa kanilang kaligtasan. Kaya ang pinakamatapang ay ang diktador. Siya ang pinakamatalino, ang pinakamahusay, at ang pinakamataas, ang walang kaibigan ang diktador. Ayaw niya sa mga tao dahil siya lamang ang pinakamatalino, ang pinakamataas, at ang pinakamatikas. Ngunit, kinakaibigan ng iilan ng diktador dahil nakabubuti ito sa kanila. Ipinagtatanggol nila ang diktador dahil hinahayaan ng diktador ang mayaman na lalo pang yumaman. Minsan ay mapagbigay din ang mga diktador sa mga kaibigan niya at nagkakaloob ng mga bagay na hindi naman dapat mapunta sa kanila. Nagbibigay siya ng lupa na pag-aari ng iba. Naggagawad siya ng mga parangal, namamahagi siya ng mga bagay na sa totoo lang ay pagmamay-ari naman ng lahat. Batas din ang diktador dahil siya lamang ang gumagawa ng batas. At siya rin ang katarungan, mga kaibigan niya lamang ang maaaring maging hukom. Nais din niyang pamunuan ang militar, ang mga pamantasan, ang mga pabrika, bukid at tanggapan. Sinasabi niyang mas mabuti ang ganito dahil ang mga pamayanan, bayan, syudad at ang buong bansa ay payapa ng ganito. Dahil walang nagrereklamo at walang lumalaban. Ipinagmamalaki niya ang kanyang bansa dahil sa kanya ang buong bansa. Kaya, dumadalo siya sa mga parada. Nagdaraos ng mga salo-salo, nagbibigay ng mga talumpati. Samantala, sawa na ang mga taong bayan. Natatakot, naghihirap, pinagsasamantalahan. Wala silang ginawa kundi magtrabaho at lumikha, ngunit nag-iisip din sila. At tulad ng inaasahan, sa pamamagitan ng pag-iisip, ay unti-unti nilang napagtanto ang bagay-bagay. Napagtanto nilang hindi naman talaga matapang ang diktador. Hindi matalino. Hindi patas.
Ito ang aking pasya.
Napagtanto nilang ang katotohanan ay mabuti lamang para sa iilan, hindi patas sa lahat. At napakalupit sa iba. Ngunit hindi nila kayang labanan ang diktador. Dahil pag-aari ng diktador ang lahat. Salapi, sandata, lupa. Ang pinakamasama pa, karaniwang nagtatagal ang mga diktadura ng maraming taon. Natatapos lamang ang diktadura kapag pumanaw ang diktador. Minsan, dahil pinaslang siya. O kung sa pilitan siyang pinaalis sa pwesto. Alis! At agad-agad kapag natapos na ang kwento ng diktadura, magsisimula naman ang kwento ng kalayaan. Now that is the end of the story. As this is a storybook meant for kids, there are like questions at the back just to test them if they know the answers. I don't think I need to do that to you guys. Y'all are adults. I think most of the people here are like on their 20s or 30s. I think I heard someone was like 40 and above. So, hi, hello, Tan. Welcome to the stream. Most of the stream would be in Filipino because the stories that I am reading tonight are in Filipino. And that is the story of Ito ang Diktadura, written by Equipo Plantel and illustrated by Mikel Casal. How is everyone? We're still good? Is everyone still down there? Okay, so hold on. Let me just unangry myself. Hi, Barrels and Hamza Diana. All right, so that is our first story done. I will just need to pause for a little bit, like literally less than a minute. I will be right back. I'm just gonna need to silence my pet snail. And we are back. Hi, hello. Eating tahong for dinner? Nice. Yes, I have a pet snail, a dragon snail. Okay, our next story is called The Magic Arrow. It is in English and Filipino, so I will be reading it alternately. Let me just get on that screen again. The Magic Arrow is written by Bolet Banal and illustrated by Corinne Banal. So this book is both in English and Filipino, so everyone will be able to understand the story. Fui! Oh, hi! Thank you for the subscription, honey. All right, so let's begin. Hold on, it's not moving. Okay. Again, the title of the story is The Magic Arrow. Once upon a time, an island kingdom had a mighty king who often said no. He said no to books with colorful pictures. Noong unang panahon sa isang kaharian sa isla, may makapangyarihang hari na ayoko! Ang sagot sa lahat.
Ayoko sa mga librong may makukulay na larawan!
He said no to reading out loud. He said no to singing and laughing in the streets.
Ayoko sa mga nagbabasa ng malakas! Ayoko sa mga kantahan at tawanan sa lansangan!
Oh, someone cheered us. Thank you. Let's continue. The island's blacksmith knelt before the king and begged him to change his mind. He said the children were sad and the teachers were worried and the people were afraid. Lumuhod sa hari ang panday ng kaharian at nagmamakaawang magbago sana ang isip ng hari. Nalulungkot ang mga bata Nag-aalala ang mga guro at natatakot ang mga taong bayan, sabi ng panday.
The king said, "No! The people are content because the kingdom is quiet and peaceful."
The mighty king then ordered his soldiers to take the blacksmith to a hidden forest in a faraway land.
Ayoko! Masaya naman ang mga tao dahil mapayapa ang kaharian.
Sagot ng hari. Bigla niyang ipinatawag ang mga kawal upang itapon ang panday sa nakatagong gubat sa isang napakalayong lugar. Although life away from his family was difficult, he found comfort in the books that he brought with him. But after many years, the blacksmith decided that it was time for him to come home. It was time to convince the king to say yes to the many things that will make the children and the people of their kingdom happy. Kahit mahirap ang buhay na malayo sa pamilya, naging matatag ang panday sa tulong ng mga librong dala-dala niya. Ngunit pagkalipas ng ilang taon, napagpasyahan ng panday na panahon nang bumalik sa kanyang pinanggalingan. Panahon na upang magbagong loob ang hari at huwag maging hadlang sa kasiyahan ng mga bata at ng mga mamamayan at kaharian. Hello, Dai. When the queen heard about this, she went to the forest to threaten the blacksmith. She warned him that the king's soldiers were waiting and that a magic arrow will stop him from entering the gates of the island kingdom. The blacksmith knew the queen wasn't lying. His mind said no, but his heart whispered yes. Nang malaman ng reyna ang balak ng panday, pinuntahan niya ito sa gubat upang takutin. Nagbanta ang reyna na libo-libong kawal ang pipigil sa kanya at pababagsakin siya ng isang mahiwagang pana. Alam ng panday na hindi nagsisinungaling ang reyna. Ayoko! Ang nasa isip ng panday. Ngunit may ibang ibinubulong ang puso niya. And so, even if he was afraid, he finally spoke and told the queen that what was in his heart. I will do anything for the children of our kingdom. I want to show our people that if we want to be happy and free, then we shouldn't be afraid. Kaya kahit na puno ng takot, buong tapang niyang sinabi sa reyna, gagawin ko ang lahat para sa kabataan ng kaharian. Gusto kong ipakita sa lahat na kung nais nating maging masaya at malaya, hindi tayo dapat matakot. As blood spilled down the blacksmith's chest, red ink streamed down the black and white pages of the book. And the mighty king was reading inside his palace. As he turned the pages, the red ink gradually became orange. Okay, hold on. I think there was a mistake here. Yes, there's a missing. Yes. I'm sorry about that. Let's go back to this part. True enough, the soldiers were ready and waiting as he got off the boat. The magic arrow that the queen warned him about struck him, silently piercing his heart. Tulad ng inaasahan, sa kanyang pagbaba mula sa barko, sinalubong siya ng libo-libong kawal. At tulad ng sabi ng reyna, tinamaan ng panday ng mahiwagang pana at tahimik itong tumagos sa puso niya. As blood spilled down the blacksmith's chest, red ink streamed down the black and white pages of the book. And the mighty king was reading inside his palace. As he turned the pages, the red ink gradually became orange. Habang tumutulo ang dugo mula sa dibdib ng panday, tumagas ang pulang tinta sa mga walang kulay na pahina ng libro na binabasa ng hari sa loob ng kanyang palasyo. Sa bawat paglipat ng pahina, ang pulang tinta ay naging kahel. And orange cascaded into yellow and then green. Other colors made their way into the pictures, magically transforming the pages. The same thing happened to all the books that the children were reading in school. Colors! Bright, dark, rich, wonderful colors! Ang kahel ay naging dilaw, tapos ay naging luntian. Naghalo-halo ang mga larawan. Sa mga larawan ang iba't ibang kulay na bumuot, nagpatingkad ng mga pahina. Ganon din ang nangyari sa lahat ng librong binabasa ng mga bata sa paaralan. Sa wakas, nagkakulay ang mga libro! The mighty king couldn't breathe. He rushed to the balcony to catch his breath. But he froze at the sight of the crowd at the kingdom's gates. Biglang hindi makahinga ang hari. Lumabas siya sa balkonahe upang makasagap ng hangin. Ngunit nagulat siya sa kanyang nakita dahil naroon ang buong bayan sa labas ng kanyang palasyo. Children with their colorful books smiling, mothers laughing, teachers reading poetry, young men and women reading out loud, farmers singing, soldiers humming along. Mga batang abot langit ang ngiti, baon ng makukulay na libro, mga nanay na tuwang-tuwa, mga gurong tumutula, mga binata't dalagang nagbabasa ng malakas, mga magsasakang nagkakantahan, pati ang mga kawal ay nakisali na rin sa pagkanta. The mighty king couldn't say a word. He was blinded by the bursting colors and deafened by songs of love, hope, and laughter. Walang masabi ang hari. Nasilaw siya sa pagsabog ng sari-saring kulay. Nabingi siya sa mga masasayang awit ng pag-ibig at pag-asa. He shouted at the top of his lungs, "No! No! No!" But no one could hear him, except for his queen, who was weeping over her jewels, while gathering their books and loading their treasures in a boat, headed for a hidden forest into a far-away land. Humiyaw ang hari. "Ayoko! Ayoko! Ayoko!" Ngunit walang sino mang nakarinig sa kanya. Maliban sa kanyang reyna na iniiyakan naman ang mga alahas niya, habang isinasakay ang lahat ng kanilang libro at kayamanan sa barkong patungo sa nakatagong gubat sa isang napakalayong lugar. Meanwhile, in the kingdom, people celebrated the freedom that they finally regained. Samantala, sa kaharian, ipinagdiwang ng taong bayan ang kalayaan na sa wakas ay muli nilang nakamtan. At dyan nagtatapos ang istorya ng The Magic Arrow. Now let's talk about the writer and the illustrator of this book. So they are Bolet and Corinne Banal. Bolet Banal worked in the government for 15 years. He's the man over here, with a focus on education and literacy for the urban poor. His daughter Corinne, the beautiful lady here, studied animation in San Francisco and has illustrated 4 children's books. Both Paulette and Corinne believe in the importance of reading. Nasa pagbasa ang pag-asa. Hope is in reading. The story of Benigno or Ninoy Aquino inspired them to create the Magic Arrow. And that is the story of the Magic Arrow. So, how is everyone? If you heard meowing, that is my cat Chi Chi. Unlike the dragon snail, I can't stop her from meowing. Alright, I hope that you enjoyed that very beautiful story. How is everyone feeling down there? Are you ready for the next ones? We still have 3 more stories to go. And oh, before we start with them, I would just like to thank everyone for making time for the stream. I know that my streams are kind of weird and like it's not the usual VTuber content that everyone is expecting, but I want to use my platform for, I don't know, the good. Um, for those of you who only knew me recently, in the beginning of me trying to become a VTuber, my idea was just to be a fortune telling VTuber, basically. And I don't know how it happened that I became this VTuber that does historical things. Full disclosure, my major was not even history. I'm just a regular elementary school teacher. So I'm not a history major. During my undergrad, I used to mostly do music and art. Not very good at PE, so I would say MAPE, but I'm horrible at PE. I also teach maths and English. I used to teach Koreans English as a second language. I also used to train elementary students for math quiz bees, you know, the Metrobank MTAP thingy. Yes. Yes, Marcel, I am a teacher. Although right now I'm not in the public school system. I am currently working for a private tutorial company as their head teacher. Oh, really? That's interesting. There's a lot of us who are teachers. Aliyah was also a teacher. And yeah, I don't know how it came to this, that I've been reading a lot of history books. Now I'm reading storybooks. I wanted to read storybooks too, but like I didn't really like specifically plan to read stuff like this. It just happened. I just thought that it was a need. Yes, Mineral Custard is also, was also a teacher. There's a lot of us here. And I'm glad that I'm attracting like-minded people. Wag maging teacher, magiging VTuber ka. Yes, it's a hidden pipeline. Yes. Okay, so our next story is this one, si Junjun noong bago ideklara ang batas militar. Kwento ni Augie Rivera, one of my favorites, and it's illustrated by Brian Ballesteros. Is everyone ready? Okay, I need to. Okay, I will give you time to get tissues if you are like me, who's very, very, I don't know, are we an empath or something? Like, it's just so easy to get carried away with these stories, especially that I know that although these are works of fiction, they are actual stories of people who lived through the martial law. Okay. I actually have my tissue right here with me on top of my books. Let us begin. Again, this story is in English and in Filipino. So I think I will be reading it twice. Hello, Angikato. Thank you for following. You're just in time for our third story for the night, which is si Junjun noong bago ideklara ang batas militar. Kwento ni Ogie Rivera at guhit ni Brian Ballesteros. Okay, so as you can see here, it has a small blurb about UNICEF and the rights of every Filipino child. So for those of you who already forgot about the rights of a Filipino child, let's just review. Mga karapatan ng bawat batang Filipino. Karapatan ng bawat batang Filipino na maisilang at magkaroon ng pangalan at nasyonalidad, magkaroon ng tirahan at pamilyang nag-aaruga, manirahan sa isang payapa at tahimik na pamayanan, magkaroon ng sapat na pagkain, malusog at aktibong katawan, mabigyan ng sapat na edukasyon at mapaunlad ang kakayahan, mabigyan ng pagkakataon na makapaglaro at makapaglibang, mabigyan ng proteksyon laban sa pang-aabuso, panganib at karahasan, maipagtanggol at matulungan ng pamahalaan at mabuhay ng malaya at responsable. Thank you for the hydrate tea. Hold on, let me just... There we go. Oh my god, is this the teacher's conference? Even pulmonya? Let's go, teacher VTubers. Okay, let's start. Just a small introduction. Panahon bago ideklara ang batas militar. Naging magulo ang unang tatlong buwan ng 1970 dahil sa mga protesta at demonstrasyon laban sa Administrasyong Marcos. Noong Enero 30, 1970, nilusob ng mga aktivistang estudyante at manggagawa ang Malacanang at 6 ang namatay. Sinundan ito ng iba pang papalaki at papagulong mga demonstrasyon. Ginamit itong dahilan ni Pangulong Ferdinand E. Marcos upang ideklara ang pag-iral ng batas militar noong Setyembre 21, 1972. Sa kanyang talumpati, kailangan di umano ang batas militar upang mapigil ang mga nagnanais ibagsak ang ating bansa at upang masimulan ang mga reforma para sa isang bagong lipunan. Sa pamamagitan ng batas militar, naipasara ni Marcos ang Kongreso, nakontrol ang radyo, telebisyon, at lahat ng dyaryo, na ipakulong ang lahat ng kanyang kaaway sa politika at nasikil ang ilang kalayaan. Ngunit hindi ganap na nasupil ang protesta at paglaban sa kanyang diktadura. Marami sa mga aktivista ang namundok at lumakas ang mga armadong kilusang mapagpalaya. Nagpatuloy ang mga welga at pasulpot-sulpot ang iba't ibang uri ng protesta sa loob at labas ng Pilipinas, na tuluyang sumiklab sa tinatawag ngayong EDSA 1 People Power noong Pebrero 1986. May garantiya rin ngayon ang Kumbensyon sa mga Karapatan ng Bata hinggil sa karapatan ng bata ukol sa kalayaan, sa pagpapahayag at paglahok sa mga bagay na apektado siya. Si Junjun, noong bago ideklara ang batas militar, kwento ni Ogie Rivera at guhit ni Brian Ballesteros. Load ka ngayon sa akin! Bulong ni Junjun sa sarili habang maingat nitong inaasinta ang yuping lata ng Liberty Condensada na makisig pa ring nakatayo sa gitna ng mainit na kalsada. Sa kabilang banda, balisa ang mga mata ni Danny, ang pawisang taya. Halos wala namang katinag-tinag ang iba pang mga bata. Alam nilang lahat ng tsinelas ay naipukol na sa latang pinupuntirya. At ang nag-iisang pamato na lang ni Junjun ang tangi nilang pag-asa para ito mapatumba. "I'll get you!" Junjun muttered to himself as he aimed carefully at the dented can of Liberty Condensada that was still bravely standing in the middle of the street. Across him, Danny, who was it, was sweating nervously. The other children did not move. They knew they had thrown all their slippers at the can, and the only one left was Junjun's slipper. It was their only hope. "Junjun! Ang tsinelas ko!" Biglang dumagundong ang boses ni Jaime, ang binatilyong kuya ni Junjun. "Ba't ba ginamit mo na namang pamato yung tsinelas ko? Ang kulit mo talaga eh." Naghagik-gika ng mga bata. Maliksing nakailag si Junjun sa paparating na kutos ng kuya niya.
Kuya, huwag ka na magalit. May agimat kasi itong tsinelas mo sa tumbang preso.
Paglalambing ni Junjun. Anong agimat?
Tignan mo, kuya, kahit upod na itong tsinelas mo, malaki naman. Kaya, madaling makapagpatumba ng lata.
Patuloy pa ni Junjun. Basta, wag mo nang pakikialaman ng tsinelas ko nahuhuli tuloy ako sa mga lakad ko. Akin na nga yan. "Junjun! My slippers!" Jaime, Junjun's older brother, shouted in a booming voice. "Why are you playing with my slippers again? You never listen to a word I say." The other children all giggled because Junjun had escaped his brother's pinch.
Kuya, don't get mad. Your slipper has a special charm in tumbang preso.
Junjun tried to ease his brother's anger. "Special charm?"
Yes! Look, kuya, even if your slipper is worn out, it's big so it can topple any can.
Junjun explained. "But still, I don't want you getting my slippers again. I'm always late for my errands. Give me that." Tila nayuping lata ang nguso ni Junjun habang sinusundan ng tingin ang papalayo niyang kuya. Lakad. Lagi na lang may lakad ang kuya Jaime niya. At ang mas nakakaasar, lagi na lang hindi siya kasama.
Bakit kaya ganun na si kuya?
Naisip niya.
Laging bugnutin.
Junjun's mouth curled up like a crushed can as he watched his kuya walk away. Errands. His kuya Jaime always had errands, and what was more upsetting was that he was never brought along to these errands.
I wonder why kuya's like that.
He thought.
He's always cranky.
Dati-dati, kahit saang lakad, lagi silang magkasama ng kuya niya. Sa paglalaro ng shato, paglalakwatsa sa perya, panonood ng TV mula sa bintana nila Aling Gloriang Subasta, at maging sa pamumulot ng malalaking tipak ng tira-tira na itinapon ng isang pabrika ng candy sa bakanteng lote ni Mang Oteng Hubad. Junjun remembered how his kuya used to take him along everywhere when playing shato, even going to the fair, watching TV through Aling Gloriang Subasta's window, even when scavenging for big pieces of tira-tira, thrown away by a big candy factory in Mang Oteng Hubad's vacant lot. Pero mula nang mamasukan sa pabrika ng sapatos ang kuya niya, lagi na lang itong may mga sariling lakad. Bihira na rin silang magkita. Kung mag-abot man sila sa bahay, lagi na lang itong pagod at tila wala ng lakas na makipaglaro sa kanya. "Ganun talaga, anak. Naghahanap buhay na kasi ang kuya mo," paliwanag ng nanay niya. "At saka, nagbibinata na siya kaya marami na siyang pinagkakaabalahan. Naisip ni Junjun.
Ano kayang pinagkakaabalahan ni Kuya Jaime? Saan kaya yung mga lakad niya? Bakit ayaw niya ako isama?
Maya-maya, nabuo ang isang pasya sa mapaglarong isip ni Junjun.
Bukas na bukas din, susundan ko si Kuya.
But ever since his kuya began working in the shoe factory, he started going on these errands. They seldom saw each other. When they did run into each other at home, his kuya was always tired and lacked energy to play with Junjun. It's really like that, anak. Your kuya is working, his nanay explained. And besides, he's getting older, so he's busy with other things now.
Junjun thought, I wonder what Kuya Jaime is so busy with. I wonder where his errands are. Why doesn't he bring me along anymore?
Suddenly, Junjun had an idea.
Tomorrow, I will follow Kuya.
Kinabukasan, madaling araw pa lang ay bumili na si Junjun ng pandesal. Ipinagtimple niya rin ng kape ang kanyang kuya.
Kuya, ito nga pala tsinelas mo.
Malaanghel ng ngiti ni Junjun. Agad na sinalat ni Jaime ang leeg at noo ng kapatid.
Oh, wala ka namang lagnat. Ba't parang ang bait-bait mo yun?
Biro niya. Mabilis na tinungga ni Jaime ang kape.
Nay, mauna na po ako.
Paalam nito habang subo-subo ang isang maliit na pandesal.
O Junjun, huwag ka masyadong makulit ha.
Sabay kusot sa maikling buhok ng kapatid. Early the next day, Junjun went out to buy pandesal. He also made some coffee for his kuya.
Kuya, here are your slippers.
Junjun flashed an angelic smile. Jaime placed his hand over his brother's neck and forehead.
You're not sick, so why are you extra nice today?
Jaime teased while drinking his coffee.
Nay, I'll go ahead.
He said with a small pandesal in his mouth.
Junjun, behave yourself, okay?
He said, mussing his little brother's hair. Nagbilang muna ng 1 hanggang 10 si Junjun bago siya lumabas ng bahay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10.
Di nagtagal, nakarating sila. Pagkatapos noon, tila kuting siyang bumuntot sa kanyang kuya sa mga pasikot-sikot na kali at eskinita. Di nagtagal, nakarating sila sa pabrikang pinapasukan ng kuya niya. May welga pala rito. Nagtipon sa labas ang mga manggagawa. Nagtayo ng mumunting tolda at nagpaskil ng iba't ibang mga placard at karatula sa may tarangkahan. Kitang-kita niya ang kanyang kuya Jaime. Nakikipagkamay, nakipag-usap at tila nakipagbiruan pa sa mga kasamahan niyang mas matatanda sa kanya.
Sila na pala mga gustong kasama ni Kuya ngayon.
Naisip ni Junjun. Maya-maya, natanaw niyang papaalis na ang kuya niya at ilang mga kasama. Lahat sila ay may daladalang mga pulang bandera.
Saan naman kaya ngayon ang lakad nila?
Junjun counted from 1 to 10 before leaving the house.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10!
Like a kitten, Junjun followed his kuya as he slid through many streets and alleys. It didn't take long before they arrived at a shoe factory. There was a strike at the factory. The workers were all gathered outside. They had pitched small tents and had posted many placards and signs at the gate. Junjun could see his kuya Jaime clearly, shaking hands, talking, and joking with his co-workers who were all older than him.
He'd rather spend time with them than me.
Junjun thought. Later, he saw his Kuya Jaime leave with some people. They all carried red flags.
Where are they going now?
Naglakad sila ng naglakad sa matinding sikat ng araw hanggang makarating sila sa Menjola. Kasalukuyang palang may rally. Nanlaki ang mga mata ni Junjun nang makitang punong-puno ng mga tao ang kalsada. Naglipa na rin ang iba't ibang mga bandera at telang may nakasulat ng mga pulang letra. Ibagsak! Marcos, diktador! US imperialismo, salot ng mundo! May mga nagsisigawan din. Makibaka! Huwag matakot! Habang nakatikom ang mga kamao at tila sumusuntok pa itaas. Sa labis na pagkamangha sa mga pangyayari, nawala tuloy sa paningin ni Junjun ang kuya niya. They walked and walked under the intense heat of the sun until they reached Mendiola. There was a rally. Junjun's eyes widened when he saw all the people on the street. All around them were banners with red letters saying, Ibagsak! Marcos, diktador! US imperialismo, salot ng mundo! People were shouting, Makibaka! Huwag matakot! With clenched fists thrusting upwards. In his awe, Junjun lost sight of his kuya. Nagpalingalinga si Junjun. Panay hindi niya kilala ang mga pawisang mukha sa paligid niya.
Kuya! Kuya Jaime!
Ang paulit-ulit niyang sigaw. Ngunit nalunod lang ang boses niya nang nakabibinging sigawan at kantahan ng mga tao. Nagpupumilit siyang sumiksik upang hanapin ang kuya niya, ngunit ang natanaw niya ay barikada ng mga mamang may makikintab at bilugang sombrero. All around him, Junjun saw strange, sweaty faces.
Kuya! Kuya Jaime!
He shouted, but the people's shouts and songs drowned his voice. Junjun squeezed himself into the crowd to find his kuya, but what he saw instead was a barricade of men wearing shiny round helmets. Walang ano-ano'y may narinig siyang mga putukan. Nabulabog ang mga tao, nagtakbuhan sa iba't ibang direksyon. Naitulak si Junjun sa may bangketa. May nagliparang mga bato, mga boteng nabasag, may puting usok din na kumalat sa buong paligid. Tila maanghang pa ang usok, mahapdi sa mga mata at nakakaubo. Sa magkahalong takot at pagkalito, gumapang si Junjun at nagtago sa ilalim ng isang pulang tela. Nakalugmok sa kalsada. Dinig na dinig pa rin niya ang mga sigawan at putukan. Bigla ring nag-amoy gasolina ang hangin. Maya-maya, may naramdaman siyang lagaslas ng tubig sa likod niya. Pero alam niyang hindi ulan yon dahil ang naririnig niya ay tunog ng hose ng bumbero tulad noong minsang nagkasunog sa looban. Suddenly, he heard gunshots. Everyone panicked and ran in all directions. Junjun was pushed to the pavement. People were throwing stones and bottles. White smoke spread everywhere. It stung one's eyes and made one cough. In fear, Junjun hid under a red banner that had fallen on the street. He could still hear yelling and more shots. The smell of gasoline wafted in the air. A few moments later, he felt water on his back. He knew it was not rain because he heard the sound of a fireman's hose, just like when a fire broke out in their place. Di nagtagal, unti-unting tumahimik ang buong paligid.
Pagbilang kong 10 at saka ako lalabas dito. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Nagulantang si Junjun sa eksenang tumambad sa kanya. Wala nang katao-tao sa basang kalsada. Ang naiwan na lang ay mga bato, basag na bote, mga placard, mga tela at mga tsinelas. Sandamukal na mga tsinelas para bang may libo-libong taong naglaro doon ng tumbang preso. Napansin niyang nawawala ang kanyang tsinelas. Kaya sinubukan niya itong hanapin sa mga nakabulagtang tsinelas sa kalsada. Ngunit hindi niya inaasahan ang kanyang nakita. Ang paborito niyang pamato. At hindi siya maaaring magkamali. Ang kaliwang tsinelas ng kuya niya. Slowly, everything grew quiet.
I'm coming out after I count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
What Junjun saw shocked him. Not a single soul was out on the wet streets. All that was left were stones, broken glass, placards, banners, and slippers. Lots of slippers. As if 1,000 people had played tumbang preso. Junjun also noticed that his right slipper was missing. So he tried to look for it among the many slippers on the street. He was surprised to see his favorite weapon. And he could not be wrong. His kuya's left slipper. Nang gabing iyon, matyagang naghintay si Junjun. Sa kuya Jaime niya, ngunit hindi ito umuwi. Halos dasalad na ng nanay niya ang lumang transistor habang hinihintay ang balita tungkol sa raling naganap. Kinaumagahan, dumating sa bahay nila ang mga kasamahan ng kuya niya sa pabrika. Ayon sa kanila, isa raw si Jaime sa mga bigla na lang nawala matapos bulabugin ng mga Metrocom ang rally sa Menjola. Wala raw silang balita kung saan ito napadpad. Maaring nakulong, maaring nagtago, walang nakakaalam. Napahagulgol na lang ang nanay ni Junjun habang mahigpit ang yakap sa bunsong anak. That night, Junjun patiently waited for his kuya Jaime, but he never came home. His nanay seemed to be praying to the old transistor radio as she awaited news about the rally that took place. The next day, some of his kuya's co-workers came to their house. According to them, Jaime was one of those who mysteriously disappeared when the Metrocom dispersed the rally in Mendiola. They did not know where he was. Maybe he was in prison. Maybe he was in hiding. No one knew. Junjun's nanay sobbed while hugging her younger son. Nagpasya ang nanay ni Junjun na bisitahin nila ang iba't ibang mga kampo ng militar. Doon, ipinagtanong nila kung napasama ba sa mga nakulong ang kanyang kuya Jaime. Ngunit, wala silang nakuhang kasagutan. Lumipas pa ang ilang araw, linggo at buwan, ngunit hindi pa rin umuwi ang kuya ni Junjun.
Nay, kung nakita ko sana si kuya, naisama ko siyang nagtago sa ilalim ng bandera.
Panlulumo ni Junjun. Huwag mong sisihin ang sarili mo, anak. Buntong hininga ng nanay niya. Huwag tayong mawawala ng pag-asa. Uuwi rin ang kuya mo. Junjun's nanay decided that they should visit the various military camps. They looked for his kuya Jaime, but found no sign of him. Many days, weeks, months passed. Still, no sign of Junjun's kuya.
If only I had seen Kuya, I could have asked him to hide with me under the banner.
Junjun softly said, "Don't blame yourself, anak." His nanay sighed, "We must not lose hope. Your kuya will come home." Sa paglipas ng mga araw, bihira nang makipaglaro si Junjun ng tumbang preso. Nagbebenta na kasi siya ng dyaryo sa umaga at nilagang saging ng saba sa hapon. Noong mga panahong yon, nagkasunod-sunod pa ang malalaking rally at kilos protesta sa iba't ibang bahagi ng lungsod. Kahit tutol ang kanyang nanay, lihim pa ring dumadalo sa mga ito si Junjun na suot-suot ang kaliwang tsinelas ng kuya niya. And since then, Junjun rarely played tumbang preso. He had to sell newspapers in the morning and boiled bananas in the afternoon. During that time, many big rallies and demonstrations were held in different parts of the city. Even if his nanay prohibited him, Junjun secretly went to the rallies, wearing his kuya's left slipper. And that's the end of this story. Let me just get more tissues. This is not even the first time I'm reading this. I'm still crying like a little bitch. Okay, let's read about Augie Rivera, the person who wrote this. Yes, kaya pa. Si Augie Rivera ay makailang ulit nang nagwagi ng gantimpalang palangka para sa kanyang mga kwentong pambata at sa Filipino at Ingles. Ilan sa kanyang mga aklat ay Alamat ng Ampalaya. This one is my favorite from childhood. Magnificent Benito and His Two Front Teeth, and Silef. Silef is about a kid who has dyslexia. Isa sa mga tagapagtatag ng kuting o kwentista ng mga chikiting, isang grupo ng mga Filipinong manunulat ng kwentong pambata. Si Brian Ballesteros naman, ang illustrator, ay nagtapos noong 2002 sa UP College of Fine Arts, major in Industrial Design. Miyembro siya ng ang Inc. o ang ilustrador ng kabataan, isang organisasyon ng mga ilustrador pambata. Siya rin ang ilustrador ng The Greediest of Rajas and The Whitest of Clouds. Let me just gather myself. Okay. How is everyone? Thank you for the hydrate, Netizer. I really needed that. I couldn't even show with my model my expression from earlier because I had no time to do that. Okay, there we go. Thank you for following Sebastian Peach. I don't know what is going on. Thank you for the stretch, Raven Fukushima. I'm gonna need to drink more water. You too, guys. The hydrate regime is also for you. Get your water, get some tissues or handkerchiefs. We have 2 more stories. And don't worry, I will be uploading this on YouTube. So for those of you who have friends that they would like to show this to, I'll be uploading it on YouTube. And yeah, please follow me on YouTube. It's BB Bakunawa. You can find my link down there. All right. our next story is a very, very beautiful story. I love the art style of this one. This is also written by Augie Rivera. Yes, I can still function, Ivan. Thank you. And it is illustrated by Rommel Hoson or Romel Hoson. This won the Filipino Reader's Choice Awards, so it's a nice book. But I'm gonna give you a little bit more time so that you can, you know, keep up and not just burst into tears like I am doing. So yeah. Yes, we have been reading for an hour. We are now on our fourth book. This is Isang Harding Papel, a paper garden by Augie Rivera and Romel Hosan. I believe this book is also in Filipino and English, so I will be reading it in both languages. Is everyone ready? So, yeah. Today is Wednesday, September 21. We are commemorating the announcement of martial law 50th year. But actually, it was announced on television on the 23rd. They signed it on the 21st because the late dictator, was very superstitious about numbers. He liked things that are divisible by 7, as it was his lucky number. All right. Look at how pretty the art is. Okay, so let us begin. Oh wait, I don't think it's translated. This will be all in Filipino. But again, if you want the translation of the books that are not translated, feel free to message me on Twitter, or you can drop by in my Discord. Just tag me if you need translations. The books that I'm reading today are from the Never Again bundle of Adarna House. You can still order it, by the way. Oh, I have not yet set up the what do you call that? The commands, but I do have the link down there in the socials. Sometimes we play Valorant in there, so if you like playing Valorant, I would suggest that you join. Okay. Isang Harding Papel. Kwento ni Augie Rivera at guhit ni Romel Hoson. Ayaw dalawin ng antok si Jenny. Kanina pa siya nakadungaw sa bintana at habang nakatingala siya sa mga bituing tila maririkit na sampagita ng gabing iyon, parang paulit-ulit niyang naririnig ang tinig ni Lola Priming.
Bukas, dadalawin natin ang nanay mo.
Sa wakas, makikita na rin niya ang nanay niyang 1 buwan nang hindi umuwi. Kinabukasan, agad na inihanda ni Lola Priming ang kanilang babaunin. Piambrera, maliit na termos ng tubig, ilang pirasong damit, libro at magazine. Isinilid naman ni Jenny sa kanyang bag ang mga drawing niya sa klase na may markang bituin at 6 na pirasong Nutriband.
Ay, makoy, wag!
Saway ni Jenny sa alagang tuta nang bigla nitong sagpangin ang laylayan ng kanyang bell bottoms.
Gusto mo sumama? Oh, tama na yung harutan nyo. Lumakad na tayo at nang makauwi rin ng maaga,
sabi ni Lola Priming.
Mahirap gabihin sa kalsada, baka abutan pa tayo ng curfew.
Habang lula ng bus sa EDSA, panay ang lingon ni Jenny sa mga nadaraanan nila. Malilinis na kalsada, mapuputing pader at basurahang pininturahan ng kalburo. mga Metro Aid na nagwawalis sa bangketa, at mga dambuhalang billboard na may mukha ni na Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos at unang ginang Imelda Marcos na nagsasabing, sa ikauunlad ng bayan, disiplina ang kailangan. Panahon ng batas militar at ayon kay Lola, ang kalinisan, kaayusan at katahimikan at iba pang mga pagbabago sa paligid ay bahagi ng pinapangarap ni Marcos na bagong lipunan. Di nagtagal, huminto ang bus sa tapat ng isang malaking tarangkahan na may karatulang Camp Crame.
La, ba't tayo pupunta dyan? Ang daming metro ko.
Mahigpit na napayakap si Jenny sa baywang ng lola niya. Naandyan sa loob ang nanay mo. Akbay ni Lola Priming sa apo. Halika na, pumila na tayo para sa checkpoint. Lahat ng mga bumibisita sa kampo ay kailangang dumaan sa checkpoint. Sabi ng mga Metrocom, para daw ito sa kaligtasan ng lahat at para masigurong walang makakapagpasok ng mga bawal. Nakaismid si Lola Priming habang kinakapkapan siya sa bulsa. Siniyasat ding mabuti ang laman ng bag na daladala niya. Binusisi ang bawat pahina ng libro at magazine. At pati ang mga Nutriban ay sinuri.
Bukod tinitignan kung masarap ang palaman.
Naisip ni Jenny. Pinasakay ang mga dalaw sa isang jeep na maghahatid sa kanila sa loob ng kampo. Pagkatapos ay dinala sila sa isang kwarto upang maghintay. Maya-maya pa, isa-isang inilabas ang mga nakapiring na binibisita. Kasama rito si Aling Chit. Maluhaluhang niyakap ni Lola Priming ang anak. Chit, anak, kumain na tayo. Nagdala ko ng paborito mo, adobo.
May pasalubong po akong Nutriban.
Nagdagdag naman ni Jenny na mahigpit ding niyakap ang nanay niya. Thank you for the hydrate and for following Gab Hydrologist. Habang kumakain, walang humpay ang kanilang kwentuhan. At syempre, hindi nakalimutan ni Jenny ang ipagyabang ang mga drawing niya.
Bakit po kayo kinlo?
Muntik nang mabulunan si Aling Chit sa tanong ng anak niya.
Paano? Pag may rally, lahat ng pinapalabas namin mga dula sa kali laban kay Marcos. Hindi niya siguro nagustuhan.
Pabirong sagot niya.
Ang sabihin mo, pakalat-kalat kasi sa kalsada yung nanay mo. Kaya napasama sa mga iwinalis.
Hagik-gik ni Lola Priming. Mula noon, matyagang inaalala ni Jenny ang iba't ibang masasayang pangyayari mula Lunes hanggang Biyernes. Upang pagsapit ng Sabado, pagbisita nilang muli sa kampo, marami siyang maikikwento sa nanay niya tulad ng Lunes, kung paano siya nabilaukan ng pilit niyang isinubo ang isang parihabang hiwa ng biko. Martes, kung paanong nagtawanan ng buong eskwelahan nang masira ang plaka ng may bagong silang, may bago ng buhay na sinasabayan nila tuwing flag ceremony. Miyerkules, kung paano siya nangilo nang ipalaman niya ang sorbete sa Nutriban. Huwebes, kung paano hinabol ni Lola si Makoy nang ihian siya nito habang naglalabas siya. Biyernes, kung paano niya sinipsip ang nektar ng pinitas niyang santan at iba pang masasayang kwento. Minsan nang gumanap si Jenny bilang ikatlong kalachuchi sa kanilang dula sa eskwelahan. Halos nanguluntoy siya sa lungkot nang mapansin niyang siya lang pala ang walang nanay o tatay na nanonood. Mabuti na lang at nandoon si Lola Priming. Malakas nang pumapalakpak at pumapasweet pa. Isang Sabado, pagkatapos ng oras ng pagbisita, pumayag ang mga Metrocom na matulog si Jenny sa loob mismo ng selda ng nanay niya. Lingid sa kanilang kaalaman, may ibang binabalak si Aling Chit. Nang bulatlatin nito ang isang piraso ng Nutriban, may maliit na supot ng plastik sa loob nito na may lamang maliit na gunting na detiklop.
Di ba bawal dito yun, Nay?
Tarantang sabi ni Jenny. Biniyak naman ng nanay niya ang isa pang Nutriban. Lumabas naman ang isa pang supot ng plastik na may lamang punggok na lapis na binalutan ng manipis na alambre.
Bawal din yan, di ba, Nay?
Shh! Huwag kang maingay. Gagamitin natin to sa paggawa ng mga bulaklak. Patuloy ni Aling Chit habang inilalabas ang ilang rolyo ng crepe paper mula sa ilalim ng kama. Ayan, nakagawa na rin tayo ng iba pang klase ng mga bulaklak. Naputol ang kasiyahan ng dalawa nang biglang mamatay ang ilaw sa loob ng selda.
Ay! Brown out!
Sabi ni Jenny. Hindi, curfew na. Sagot ni Aling Chit. Oras na para matulog. Madilim ang buong paligid maliban sa kakarampot na liwanag na sumisilip mula sa makipot na bintana sa itaas ng selda. Agad namang nahimbing si Jenny. Mahigpit ang yakap sa nanay niya. Nang sumapit ang tag-araw, may nakaisip na gumawa ng pampabula mula sa mga dinikdik na gumamela at tubig na may sabong panlaba. Para tuloy umuulan ng mga bula sa buong kampo. Masayang hinabol ni Jenny ang mga bula, kasama ang ibang mga batang gaya niya, na nakakulong din ang mga magulang. Jenny, totoo bang sinabi ng lola mo, sinuntok mo raw yung isa mong kaklase?
Opo, kasi tinutokso niya ako eh. Siguro ako. Kasi walang tatay at ngayon wala na rin nanay.
Sana sinabi mo sa kanya na sanggol ka pa lang nang namatay ang tatay mo. Hindi makasagot si Jenny. At saka, wala ka bang nanay? Andito naman ako, di ba? Kahit hindi tayo laging magkasama, ako pa rin ang nanay mo.
Sorry po, Nay.
Hayaan mo na anak, magkakasama rin tayong muli. Palang araw. Ngunit lumipas pa ang maraming buwan. Unti-unting napuno ang mga naipong bulaklak sa kwarto ni Jenny. Mistulang isang hardin ang umusbong sa loob nito. 7 taong gulang si Jenny at gabi-gabi habang nakatingala sa mga bituin, iisa lang ang tanging niyang hiling.
Sana umuwi ng nanay ko.
Taong 1986 nang maganap ang mapayapang People Power Revolution sa EDSA. Panahon ito ng paglaya at pagbabago. 14 na si Jenny. Makalipas ang 7 taon, umuwi na rin sa wakas ang nanay niya. At habang mahigpit ang yakapan ng mag-ina, napatingala si Aling Chit. Namangha sa isang harding papel na tila bumati at yumakap din sa kanya. At siya nagtatapos ang ating istorya na Isang Harding Papel. Okay, so for those of you who got confused a little bit earlier about certain stuff, so bell bottoms, it's just a style of pants. The bottoms look like bells. I saw someone who was asking about the Metrocom. So the Metropolitan Command of the Philippine Constabulary are like that time's police, and everyone's scared of them. And rightly so. They are the ones who are making sure that the curfew is in place. And they pick up activists and people who rally in the streets, and then, you either see them detained or you never find them ever. And for those of you who don't know what a Nutriban is, back then during the dictatorship, the Philippines and the children in general were very, very malnourished. And so USAID sent Nutribun. They kind of look like your regular loaves of bread, like they're small and they're very, very nutritious, and they're given away for free or sold for very, very cheap. However, most people don't know that the Nutribun is a project of USAID, because the powers that be during that time claimed the credit by slapping on their nasty names and faces on it. Yes, it's basically social version of pandesal. It's more nutritious because it's supposed to combat the malnutrition. They were sent here because the children were malnourished, because the economy is very, very bad. And other, what do you call this? Unfamiliar words. Piambera, it's this lunchbox. Metro Aid, I think you already know this. People who are hired by the government to sweep the streets. So yeah, that is the story of Jenny and Isang Harding Papel. I am very proud of myself because the first time that I read this, I was also crying a little bit. Now I didn't cry. I am very proud of myself. Self-control. Hello, Casio. Yes, this was illustrated by Romel Hoson. And again, this book won Filipino Readers' Choice Awards before. And yes, this is our fourth story of the night. I hope that you liked this one. It's more hopeful and less stressful than the one that came before it. But I liked this one because although you can see their situation, we didn't end with whatever the hell happened to Junjun's kuya. Good night, Hamza Diana. You want to taste Nutribun? I think there should be like recipes floating around on the internet for that. And I think Jaime Marcos used it as like sort of a campaign thingy. Like they were selling, not selling, but like giving away Nutribun for nostalgia's sake. Like, yeah. I don't want to get mad right now. I already cried earlier. Okay, so now we go to the last story for tonight. And this one is very, very short and very, very nice. The title is EDSA. The story is by Russell Molina, and the illustration was by Sergio Bumatay III. I love Sergio Bumatay III. His illustrations are very, very chef's kiss. Okay, so I really chose to end with this one and not with June because that really saddened and depressed me. So I wanted to end with something nice. So we're doing this one. EDSA, kwento ni Russell Molina at guhit ni Sergio Bumatay III. Sari-saring makikita, iba't ibang karanasan, ano ang naganap sa gitna ng EDSA? Paano nagkaisa ang taong bayan? Ating balikan ang isa sa pinakamahalagang pangyayari sa ating kasaysayan. Ngayon, pag-usapan natin ng konti si Russell Molina at Sergio Bumatay. Si Russell Molina ay isang author.
ng mga librong pambata. Ilan sa kanyang mga libro ay nanalo na ng Palangka Awards, PBBY Salanga Prize, National Children's Books Award. So, he's a very, very good writer of children's books. Siya ang sumulat ng mga kwentong Anong Gupit Natin Ngayon, Ang Magic Silya ni Titoy, Ako si Kaliwa, Ako si Kanan, at 10 Pataas, 10 Pababa. Si Sergio Bumatay III naman ay isang ilustrador ng mga aklat pambata at designer ng mga libro. Naggamit na siya ng iba't ibang parangal sa pagguhit, kabilang na ang 2013 Peter Pan Prize ng International Board on Books for Young People para sa Nako! Siya rin ay kasapi ng Ang Ink or Ang Ilustrador ng Kabataan. Ang EDSA ay isa sa mga pinakamahalagang librong kanyang ginuhit. Maaari ninyong bisitahin ang kanyang blog sa Serge Bumatay Blogspot, blah blah blah. You can read it here. Hi Deco! And yes, this is a 50th anniversary commemoration stream. We have read 4 of the 5 books from the Never Again bundle of Adarna House. This is the 5th book. And we're ending with this one because the other books were too painful and we all cried. So, yeah. EDSA. Kwento ni Russell Molina at guhit ni Sergio Bumatay III. Isang ibong ibinebenta sa gitna ng EDSA. 2 radyong naghahatid ng mainit na balita. Panahon na! 3 dilaw na lasong nakayakap sa puno. 4 na estudyanteng umaawit ng buong puso. Katotohanan, kalayaan, katarungan. 5 sundalong mabilis na sumusulong. 6 na tangking maingay na gumugulong. 7 parit madring taimtim na nananalangin. 8 bulaklak na sumasayaw-sayaw sa hangin. 9 na truck na may dalang pagkain at tubig. 10 pamilyang magkakapit-bisig. 11 bandilang iwinawagayway. 12,000 magkakahawak kamay. 1 ibong lumilipad sa taas ng EDSA. Nakatingin ngayon sa milyong-milyong taong ngayoy malaya na. At yan, nagtatapos ang librong ito. EDSA, kwento ni Russell Molina at guhit ni Sergio Bumatay III. Maraming salamat, Deco. Thank you for subscribing. And yes, we just finished 5 of all the books in the Never Again bundle. Again, I am not in any way related or sponsored by Adarna House. I just really love children's books. Thank you for the hydrate. Hold on, let me just get my water. There we go. Same. I should have gotten some Devil Lemon though. Junjun's Kuya. Thank you for the stretch, my darlings. Okay. Aw, that's so sweet of you, Deco. Me too, Ivan. I have like a lot of Adarna books since I was in elementary. I think I even have books here that were signed by either the authors or the illustrators, because when I was studying, during my undergrad, we got to meet some of the authors. I also have like a prof who wrote a book, so I also got that. They do write a lot of children's books regarding many different topics. There are even books about what do you call this? What do you call that? Dyslexia, like we talked about earlier, so that children with dyslexia have representation, and children who don't would learn about these other kids, that they are just like them. They just learn differently. What else? There are also books about what do you call that? Like gender identities and orientations. I've lost a lot of my books during um, the Great Depression era. That's what I call it. I had to move back from Manila to here where I am right now in the province in Biringan. So I lost a lot of my books, but you know, if and when I am financially stable enough, as Deco put it, I would be buying more books that are relevant and would be interesting even for people our age. Mm-hmm. Adarna has a lot of different types of books. Mm. Not really sure. It's just one of the many publishing houses for children's books. There's Lampara, Anvil. There's a lot of local publishers, but yeah, Adarna is one of the most well known. I think they had a tie up during the 90s or the early 2000s with Batibot, if I'm not mistaken, with Kuya Boji. That's why a lot of people know about them. All right, Pulmonia, have a great night, honey. Okay, so I'm still a little bit, I don't know, my spirits are all over the place because of the books that we read. And oh, I would like to share to you um, the Martial Law Museum of the Philippines. I will be sending the link down here on the chat. If you want to learn more about the martial law, they are a digital library, and if you are a teacher, there are also resources here. One of my favorites would be there's this sort of a game, and it's type of a role play game where your students can act as certain people. Oh wait, let's go to just chatting. Where are we? So if you go to the teaching resources, there's a lot of things that you can find there. Let me just look for the game. I don't know where it went. But I do have, I've already downloaded the, what do you call that? The components of the kit. It's Lipunan. Let me look for it so that I can link it to you. Okay, there we go. I found it. I'll send it here. This is Lipunan, an educational role-playing game by Isa De Vera. It's to simulate with a facilitating history social. It's a simulation, a role-playing game. It's supposed to be a social studies type of thing with at least 6 students. It would involve students taking on the personas of specific characters with roles relevant to the time period and setting, specifically from Ferdinand Marcos's first inauguration in 1965 to the EDSA People Power Revolution in 1986. The game is used as an enjoyable method supplemented to enrich the facilitating teachers' lectures on martial law. Hello, Charlotte Myth. And Fui, yo, thank you for the hydrate. Yeah, this is sort of a history type stream. We actually had a storytelling earlier. We read 5 children's books. And if you were not here in time, I would suggest subscribing to my YouTube channel because I upload all of my VODs there. Let me just drink. Mm. Again, I would like to thank everyone who dropped by, and for those especially who stayed and listened. I would also like to shout out to all those who subbed tonight. Deco, who else? Fueyo, because that really motivates me and also helps me, because if you're not aware, there is a certain minimum amount of subscribers before you can upload what do you call those, community emotes. So that even if you're not yet subscribed to me, you can use some of the emotes. So that's one of my goals, to have enough viewership and subscription sub points so that I can upload emotes for everyone to use. Anyway, I had fun even if I cried. I hope you had fun too. Did you have fun, or are people still crying? Thank you for following, Gerard. Hi. Yes, hold on. Let's look. Should we go raid someone now, or do you wanna do some post-processing of your emotions and thoughts? I think we need to decompress. We need something nice. I actually want to do a screening of Kingmaker. That's also a very, very heavy movie. It's a documentary. Gerard, hi. We don't really read a lot of novels here. We mostly read educational stuff like history books. Tonight we read storybooks, like children's storybooks that are related to the Philippine history. Thank you, Casio. I don't know, who are we gonna raid? We have Magindara, who is doing Phasmophobia. Who else is on? There's also Hikari. Are they playing together with Pentel? I'm not really sure. Let's look at...
I'm not.
Okay, I'm gonna look. Oh, Moshi is playing Final Fantasy. And Hawaiian Pizza is playing Valorant. Cassie is playing The Forest. Who are we gonna raid? Yulia Kana. Let me look for her a while. Which one do you want? Oh, we're doing great in general, but we were just crying earlier because the story that we read is kind of sad. Now I'm thinking we should probably, I don't know, watch memes or talk about something fun so that we will end this night in a lighter note. Hold on, that is the wrong. Who are we going to raid? Okay, if I send you to Moshi, it will be Final Fantasy 14, which is fun. If I send you to the Phasmophobia people, that's a different kind of fun, but it's also scary. I might not send you to Phasmophobia. It's either Valorant or Final Fantasy. We need Bugbog. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. We need Bugbog. And wow, what was I going to say? Wait. Yeah, I forgot what I was supposed to say. What can we do as Pagpag? Oh, so yeah, I've already thanked those who subscribe and those who just followed today. I would also like to announce that within 2 weeks, my TikTok has been growing really fast. We've surpassed 500 there, and I'm just very very surprised. Like, I know it's a lot easier to grow on TikTok, but it's about to overtake my followers here on Twitch. Actually, it's already did. I'm now at 540 there. I'm 534 here. Oh wait, I don't want to see the TikToks. Pug raid. Yes, that is what we're going to do. But let's do something fun. Hold on. We've been playing again. The background music we've been playing from earlier is Bayan Ko, written by C. de Guzman, arranged by Jose Valdez. This version specifically is by Rafi Lata. Makabibi Pagpag. How do we pagpag? Should I sing you a song? Yeah, I'd probably sing you a song or something. Should we just sing the song that we are hearing right now? Oh, you want this one? Okay, let's start with this one. Then I'll do Liwanag sa Dilim. Do I know how to sing that? Let's try this one though. Where are the lyrics? I can't find the lyrics. Ang bayan kong Pilipinas, lupain ng ginto't bulaklak, pag-ibig ang sa kaniyang balat, nag-alay ng ganda't tiyak, at sa kanyang yumi at ganda, dayuhan ay nahalina. Bayan ko, binihag ka, nasadlak sa dusa. Ibon man may layang lumipat, kulungin mo at umiiyak. Bayan pa kayang sakdal nila, ang di magnasang makaalpas. Pilipinas kong minumutya, ugat ng luha ko't dalita, aking adhika, makita kang sagdalaya. Okay. I think that would be our pagpag for tonight.
remind me of Liwanag sa Dilim. Maybe next time when we have another karaoke stream. Who are we going to raid? I think I will send you to Hawaiian Pizza, maybe. I want to send you there because he's just starting out, and I want to do for beginners what other people have done for me. I know I'm not really like numerically, statistically considered big yet, but I still want to help others out because a lot of people have been very, very kind to me when I was, just a baby streamer. I mean, I'm still a baby streamer right now, but slowly we are building our community, and I am glad that you are all here with me on this journey. How do I spell Hawaiian Pizza's name? Oh, it's with a number 4 at the end. Okay, I will be sending you there. It's Pagpag Raid. Yeah, it's a Pagpag Raid. You may use my, what do you call that? You may use my raid emote. Hold on, let me just. Let me put my raid message here. I'll send you over to Hawaiian Pizza. But yeah, that will be all for today. I'll see you when I see you. I don't have my schedule yet. But until then, au revoir, adios, annyeong, zaijian, sayonara, paalam, baby, bye-bye. Thank you.